Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome to Coding Hives. This is Rasina with you. Hope you all are doing good. So, today we are going to talk about a very important topic in Python, functions. What is meant by a function? A function is like a mini program inside your code. It is like a block of code that does one specific thing. Instead of writing the same code over and over again, you can create a function and just call it whenever you need it. I will tell an example like imagine you have a coffee machine and every time you want a coffee, okay? When you press a button, it makes you a coffee, right? So that button is like a function. So you press it and it performs the task for you. So in programming, function do the same thing. They execute the code when you call them, okay? So why we need this function thing? We have other ways to write code, right? Because functions help us to organize our code, make it reusable and keep everything neat and clean. So they let you do the same task over and over without rewriting the code. Clear? Now I will tell how to create a function. So there is a syntax or there is a structure to create a function that I will write here. So the first thing is a keyword def. Then we need to give the function name. For example, like I'm just giving something sample function name. Then inside that there will be some code. There will be some code. Okay. The end of the code we will return something. So there will be a return statement. Well, there will be something return, right? Some result will be there. Okay. So this is the basic example. I mean basic structure how a function look like. Clear? So I will write another example so you will get a better clarity like how this works. For example, I want to write a function to say hello. Okay. First of I am defining the function def, then function name. You can give any name. So I am giving say hello. Okay. So this is my function name. Say hello is the function name. Then I want to I want to return something. For example, I will return hello. Hello from Coding Hives. Okay. Hello from Coding Hives. So I returned hello from Coding Hives. Now this is the function definition. Clear? This is the function definition. That means there will be a function name. Then inside that some code will be there. Now I need to call the function, right? So for that I can, for example, something like that, I can simply say like say hello. Okay. This is the way we are calling. But it is returning something, right? It is returning hello from Coding Hive. So we need to show that output, right? So we can show the output using print statement. So I can give here as print. Then I can do something like this. So when I'm going to run this code, I will get hello from Coding Hives. Okay. So in this code, we created a function called say hello. It doesn't take any input, right? We didn't give any input and it simply returned the message hello Coding Hives. Okay. So when we call say hello, it runs the code inside the function. Inside the function, this is the code, right? So it runs the code inside the function and it prints the message. Clear? So this is the one case of one type of function. Like we are not giving any input. There is no input inside the function, right? So now we will go for another kind of function like functions with parameters. I will explain what is meant by parameters. Don't worry. Okay. So sometimes we need to give functions some input to work with. These inputs are called parameters. Clear? So the inputs we are giving to the functions are known as parameters. For example, you go to a pizza shop. Okay. So you tell the chef what toppings you want on your pizza, right? So here the toppings are like some kind of parameters you give to the function. Clear? So that is an example, a real life example about parameters. Now I will write another example using code with this parameters thing. Okay. So for that I am writing something like def, then greet. Then here I am giving some input. So this is the parameter, we can say this is the parameter. Okay, this is the input we are giving. So here I want to return something like, I can give something like an F string. So here I will give hello, then I will give hello. That input, what is that? That will be the output, like hello, for example, coding hives, then hello coding hives, something like this. Okay, so here how I can call the function. Here also the same thing, print, then inside that we need to say greet, but here we need to give the arguments, right? Here we need to give the arguments. So what is the argument I want to give? For example, hello, I'm going to ask something like hello coders. Okay, so when I'm going to before that I will comment the previous one, right? So first I will comment this thing, then if I'm going to run this code, I will get something like that, hello coders. That means when I am calling greet coders, then it will go and execute the what is written inside this function definition. Clear? So that is hello, then the argument we are passing. Clear? So that is about functions with the parameters. So we created a greet function that takes a parameter called name. When we call a greet coders, it return the message hello coders, right? So the value coders is the argument we pass to the function. Clear? Now we are going for another thing like returning values from function. We already returned some value, right? But we can return more values, more than one values from a function. That also I will show here. Like functions can give us back results using the return statement. That is clear for you, right? Return means it will give back something, right? So if a function doesn't have return, it won't give any output, right? We are going to add two numbers. Okay, so I'm giving something like that, add number, then I am passing something like two numbers here, a and b, and here I am going to return sum. That means a plus b. Okay, so that's it. Now I need to call the function, right? How I can call the function? For that I need to call the function like, I can say result or something. Result is equal to, or how to call the function like add number, right? Add number of, then I need to give, for example, 4,6. Okay, so here the result will hold the sum of a, I mean a plus b, I mean 4 plus 6. Okay, so first it will call the function add number of 4,6. Okay, so the returning value will be assigned to this variable result. Clear? So now if I am going to print the thing, print the result, it will show 10, right? Like 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Clear? So that is the thing. So this is the way we are calling the function. So in this example, add number, take two numbers, add them and return the result. So when we call add numbers 4,6, it returns 10. Clear? Now there is one more thing we can learn in functions like default parameters. Default parameters. I mentioned what is mean by parameters, like this is the input we are giving to the functions, that is known as parameters. So I have a function something like that, greet. Okay, and before we are giving some name as argument, right? But I can give something like the name equal to, for example, like default name is guest. For example, if I am not passing any argument to the function, it will use this name as the default value. Clear? So in this case, we can return, then I will write something hello, then I can give something like then name. Okay, so here for example, I am calling something like that print, then I am calling greet, then I'm giving a name, for example, Amina. Okay, so at that time it will show hello Amina. Okay, clear? that is the case, we gave an argument. We gave an argument. Okay. This case, the name is there. It is not taking this guest value. For example, if I am not giving anything, right? There is no argument. I am not giving. I am not giving any argument. At that case, it will take the default value what we mentioned here. That is mean by default parameters. Okay. So in this case, you can see this is hello guest. Clear? So that is a working of default parameters. Okay. So in this greet function, we set a default value for the name parameter guest. Okay. And if you don't pass any argument, I mean here we are not passing anything, then it will use guest as the name. Clear? So that is the thing of default parameters. Now there is also functions without parameters that we already did in before, like one thing like this thing. This is function with no arguments or no parameters. Clear? This is an example. Now there is one more thing you need to go for, like that is something like get multiple values from the function. Like it will return multiple values. Then how you will do that? Okay, that also I will show you. Get multiple values from the function. Have a function here, for example, what I can say, get person or something like that. Get person. Okay, that is enough. Get person, maybe info. Okay, I'm going to get person info, and here I'm giving some name as Anu, then age as 30, then I'm going to return this two values. Before, in the previous example, we only return only one value, right? But in this example, I am going to return two values. So I am going to call the function like person name. This is person name, right? So I'm giving a variable person name, comma age. I can use the same name or different name, no problem in that. Okay. Then I'm going to call the function get person info. Okay, clear? So according to the Python, when it called the function get person info, it will go inside. So it assigned name equal to Anu and age equal to 30 and return name comma age. So name will be assigned to person name and age will be assigned to person age. And there is no need to like it is not compulsory or mandatory to give the same name here. You can give any name. For example, I can give something like this also. Okay, no issues. Okay. So now we will print that like print. Then I'm going to print the person name, comma person age. Clear? So now I am going to print that and I'm just running the code. You can see we got a person name as Anu and age as 30. Clear? So this is the way like the get person into function, like the get person info function returns two values, the name and the age. We can store them separately and use them as needed. So this is the thing of returning multiple values. Clear? Now there is one more thing I need to say about function, that is function scope. Function scope. That means we can say something like that: local and global variables. Local and global variable. Okay. But variables inside a function. If you are writing something inside a function or declaring some thing inside a function, that is known as local variable. That is only local to that function. And variables outside of functions are called global variables, right? So they can be accessed anywhere in the program. So that is the difference between local and global variable. I will write an example also. For example, I have a function def my function, and inside that I am declaring a variable local variable is equal to 10. Okay. Now I am simply returning that value. Return local variable return. Okay. Now if I am going to print the function like print my function. Okay, then it will return, it will print 10, right? Yeah, I need to call the function. Yeah, I need to give the function, right? Function brackets. So it will return 10, right? But if you want to access this variable, for example, I can see something like that, print. I cannot access this local variable here. You can see it is not showing also local variable. Okay, if I'm going to print this, it will show an error like local variable is not available outside the function, right? Like, you know, here you can see it here, name error, name local is not defined. Clear? As this is only inside the function, which is available only inside the function, so we cannot access the variable outside. Clear? So that's it about functions. And I think you got an idea about what is meant by function, how we can create a function without arguments, with arguments, and returning values, returning multiple values, then default arguments, then what is meant by local and global variables. Okay, so functions help us to organize your code and make it reusable and keep things very neat. So we have covered how to create functions, use parameters, return values, and even work with the default values. Clear? So I hope this video helped you understand functions better. And if you have any suggestions or doubts, please give a comment. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.